Hey guys, it's Jadyn here. I got my FJ Cruiser in we're going to be installing a suspension upgrade on it. We're doing a Fox Performance Elites, and I'm going to talk to you guys about kind of the history of the suspension I've had on my FJ. So basically I've had this FJ Cruiser since about 2020, and it's been great. Been off-roading and down Tuttle Creek and different places around here. We originally had Coney suspension on it, and then right now I'm running on some Icons I've been running on for a little bit, and so now we're just gonna do a little upgrade of these Foxes and we'll see how they do.
Michael thought I had to have something in my hand, so this is my microphone at the moment. But these are Fox's new Performance Elite 2.5 remote res shocks. They have DSC adjusters on them, dual speed compression, so there's high adjustment, low adjustment. I believe they have 600-pound coils on them from the factory. I'd have to look at the spring to see because they'll have the part number on them. But these are probably about as top of the line as it gets for shocks. Kyle's running them on his Frontier. We do Titan swap applications around similar Performance Elite setups, and you just can't beat them. Aluminum shock body doesn't ever corrode, dissipates heat much better than steel. The bearings are sealed, so your spherical bearings have an O-ring seal in them to keep dirt and grime out of them, so they'll last a lot longer than Icons or Radflows or whatever else. The fit and finish is fantastic. I've torn these apart and rebuilt them a number of times. The internals are just stunning. Icons, honestly, fit and finish are really good too, but Jadyn's wanted to run Fox for a while, and so we're going to make it happen. I don't know if these ones are on the website. They will be probably by the time this video goes up. I've got quite a bit of merchandising to do, so I've been slacking. Sorry, guys. Coming soon to the website.
Alright, so we're going to be starting on the front here, guys. Start by taking the wheels off and working on taking the coil out and replacing the coil. Alright, now we got the tire off. You can see what I got here. So before I was running Coney front coilovers, and when I did that I put on some Apache off-road upper control arms. And
shout out Brennan.
Yeah, shout out to Brennan. I had them for quite some time, since at least 2020, so they've held up really long time, really good. So if you ever need any performance parts from like arms or anything for Toyota, definitely hit up Apache Off-Road. Yep, Icon setup. So far it's been very good for what I've had it on. I've only had it on for about maybe a month and a half or so. So
How big of a difference in ride quality would you say the Icons are versus the Coney?
Day and night, like a lot more of a, I'd say more of a softer kind of a floaty feel almost to them, instead of more of that kind of hard, kind of rougher ride.
Gotcha.
So definitely a lot more. I think for the FJ Cruiser, it's a lot more better performance than the Coneys. Anyway,
yeah. It'll be interesting to see what you think about the Fox too once you get them on, and then you do your adjustment too.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to hear your thoughts on that after it's installed, and then comparing across all three.
All right. Oh, and then also I replaced the lower control arms from Freedom Off-Road. So far they've done really good. The reason I replaced them was because I had a bad ball joint and the bushings were bad on the old Moog ones I had on. I also replaced the CV axles this year too. I got some Cardone, hard heavy duty. So we're going to start by removing the lower bolt. After that we'll remove the bolts on the top here, and we'll get the control arm bolt, and it should give me access to get the coilover out. All right, guys, we got it all installed. We got our coilover in. The only issue was this was a little bit of a struggle to get on. Clamps into here, but we got it, so it looks good. Now on to the rear. All right, guys, we got the rear tire off. It's gonna be way easier to do the rear than it is the front. We're gonna be installing these. Take these off and put them on. All right, so we've got the shock installed here. We are now drilling some pilot holes to put in our bracket to mount the reservoir back onto a frame here. Oh, we just have to be flipped around. Okay. All right, so we have this all installed, and now we're going to repeat the entire process on the other side.
2,000 years later.
It's okay, my friend. This is the most serious video that we've ever done.
Yes.
It is? All right. Okay, we got it all installed on all four corners, and we will now be putting the wheels on, and we'll be doing a test drive. By Fox standards, we set it all the way to the highest level, and we're going to adjust it as we need to. Well, hang on, let me test this out. Okay, that was a bit more of a harder hit right there, so we're probably going to be adjusting that down. So far, all the way high is pretty rough for my liking. All right, so we've stopped here. We're going to go ahead and put everything back down to about a softer ride and see how that works. So let's go. So we set it down to 3 on the high and the low, and we're gonna now test that and see how it feels. A lot better than what it was when it was up high. Definitely a less harsh ride. I would definitely recommend doing that, starting all the way high just to get a feel of what you need, and then adjust to where you feel most comfortable. Like I said, it's different for everyone, so if you have like bumpers or anything like that, you're definitely probably gonna be adjust a different way than anyone else who doesn't. But yeah, definitely go ahead and do the Fox standard first and then work your way down. All right, guys, so that was the end of our test drive. I drove this thing over the weekend, so I already kind of knew about where I wanted to be on the adjustments, but just as a reminder to start with Fox's recommendations and go all the way up and then work your way all the way down. But yeah, that concludes our video, so I hope you guys liked it. Subscribe and like, and we'll see you on the next one.